Welcome back. Today we're doing a deep dive into the engineering challenge of, well, massive video distribution.
Yeah.
We're looking at one product, the WolfPack 4K 1x16 HDMI Splitter, to figure out why scaling high-res video across 16 screens is so much more complicated than it sounds.
And that complexity,
Yeah.
it really starts with raw bandwidth. I mean, this device is built for modern 4K, which is 4 times the resolution of 1080p.
4 times.
Exactly. So you just need a gigantic pipe for that data, which is why HDMI 2.0 compliance is completely non-negotiable. Without it, you just can't do it reliably.
Right, and at its core, the function is pretty straightforward. You have one HDMI source, a media player, say, and you distribute it to 16 displays.
All at the same time.
All at the same time, all showing the exact same picture. So when we talk about modern display quality, we're really looking past just the resolution and more into, the richness of the picture.
Sure.
And the key here is its high dynamic range HDR compliance. That support is what gives you that incredible contrast between the darks and the lights for a much more realistic image.
Absolutely. And when you scale that picture across 16 screens, the technical trade-offs become really critical.
How so?
So the splitter supports 4K at 60 frames per second. But to push that high frame rate, you often have to slightly compress the color information.
Okay.
But if you drop to 30 frames per second, you get the luxury of running full, uncompressed color. It's a huge distinction for installers, and this device is designed to handle both.
And it's not just video. The audio side seems just as robust. We're talking support for everything from DTS HD to Dolby True HD.
All the high-def surround formats, yeah.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Once you solve for the massive bandwidth, you hit the next big problem.
Yeah.
Signal politics, really. Consistency.
Right, and that brings us to EDID.
What exactly is EDID?
It stands for Extended Display Identification Data. Think of it as the display's digital ID card. It tells the source player exactly what it's capable of, max size, colors, things like that.
Okay, and what's so fascinating here is the active management of that.
Yes, because in a system with 16 screens, they might all have slightly different capabilities. The WolfPack gives you 13 user-adjustable EDID modes you can set with DIP switches.
So it's a workaround.
It's a perfect workaround, especially for long-distance setups where the source and display can't talk to each other directly.
So instead of just hoping all 16 screens negotiate properly, which, let's be honest, they rarely do, you can just force the settings.
You force it.
You can tell the source, look, we're only doing 1080p, or you can even copy the settings from your best display and just apply that to everything.
That flexibility is huge for troubleshooting. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, anyone setting this up needs to know two non-negotiable rules.
Okay, what are they?
First, the cables.
You must use certified high-speed 4K HDMI cables.
You absolutely have to. Trying to push that much data through older, cheaper cables will just result in, well, instant failure.
And the second rule?
The second is a common nightmare for integrators. If you connect any older, non-4K display, it has to be completely powered off. Not just in standby.
Why is that?
Because if the source player even sees that older screen during the handshake, that one screen might say, I can only do 1080p.
And then the source dumbs down the signal for all 16 screens, even the new 4K ones.
Exactly. The whole system defaults to the lowest common denominator.
So we've learned that a robust multi-display 4K system really hinges on three things: the raw HDMI 2.0 bandwidth, HDR compliance, and this active granular control over the signal's identity via EDID.
Precisely. And speaking of that EDI control, just consider the logistics for a moment.
Okay.
So you're tasked with managing 16 separate displays on a giant video wall. How much time might that active 13-mode EDID system save you compared to manually configuring or troubleshooting each display one by one?
A huge amount of time.
That ability to automate the handshake, that's the real value proposition you're buying into.